The Nottoway Plantation in White Castle has been declared a total loss after a massive fire yesterday afternoon.
Hey y'all, it's Shar, the Golden Diva. And today we're heading down to the Deep South, to White Castle, Louisiana, where the largest antebellum mansion in the South just went down in a blaze of historic heat. I'm talking about the Nottoway Plantation. Now, this just wasn't a house. This was a 165-year-old monument to the Old South, built in 1859 by John Hampton Randolph, a sugarcane baron who enslaved over 150 Black people to operate his empire. The mansion had 64 rooms, a bowling alley, marble fireplaces, opulence built on oppression. And now, it's ash.
The scene behind me is a plantation house in Louisiana that is burned down. It's burning down in this video. But this is not just any plantation house. This was the largest antebellum plantation house in the South, owned by one of the richest enslavers in the South. It was built by enslaved Africans in 1859. It was owned by this guy, John Randolph. Now, John wasn't even from Louisiana. He was from Virginia originally, but he came from a wealthy slave-owning family, and his dad was hired by the federal government to do something in Louisiana, and he moved with him. Now, originally, he wanted to make it into a cotton plantation, the same type of plantation that he was used to in Virginia. But he noticed that the climate in Louisiana was a lot different, so he changed it to a sugar plantation. And because of that, he ended up tripling his family's wealth. John Randolph enslaved 176 people. But the plantation house itself was built around the same time as the Civil War. John didn't want to fight in the Civil War. He was scared. So he sent 3 of his sons and he asked, how much money do I have to give to keep me out of this? And he was a huge financial backer of the Confederacy in Louisiana. When he realized that the Confederacy was losing, he left his wife in Louisiana, took 200 slaves, and went to Texas. Once the Civil War was over, he contracted with 53 bonded people, basically people that owed him money and were working to pay it off. It's just another form of slavery. He eventually died in 1883, and his wife eventually sold the plantation for $50,000. That's the equivalent of $1.9 million today. And now he has no legacy at all.
Over the years, Nottoway Plantation was rebranded as a luxury hotel and tourist attraction. But behind the mint juleps and magnolia trees, tour guides were allegedly glossing over slavery with words like servants and simple Southern living.
Good afternoon. Reintroduce myself. I am Brock. This is Brandy. We are historical interpreters for Nottoway Plantation, the largest remaining antebellum home in the South.
Weddings were hosted under chandeliers, paid for with blood. Baby showers held in rooms where children were once born into bondage. Celebs like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds got married there in 2012. And although they've since apologized, it reflects how normal it became to romanticize pain, as long as it looked pretty. Nottoway even ran Gone with the Wind-themed events and Victorian teas, like it wasn't a place of generational suffering. The fire started on a quiet night. Fire officials responded quickly and believed they had it under control until the flames reignited in another part of the mansion. By morning, much of the once mighty structure was destroyed. Now, to some, this was no accident. Black folks across the internet called it divine intervention. They said the ancestors had spoken.
Update on the Nottoway Plantation fires. I had a video that went pretty viral about this particular image because I said I can see spirits, maybe ancestors, figurines, symbolisms, and I had a lot of people agree with me, but I also had people saying things like this, that they didn't see anything and they don't know what I'm talking about, or they just didn't see what I seen. A lot of us did see it, but y'all gotta respect there were people who just didn't see anything. But I have an update, and I think everybody can see this next image. Like, I promise you're not gonna have to squint, you're not gonna have to force it with your phone, you're not gonna have to zoom in. It's gonna be very clear if you have 2 working eyes and you don't need glasses and you don't even have to have 20/20 vision. Can you see this? Is this a little clear? Is this coming in a little bit better? I hope you don't have to squint, because I'm kind of far away, but even with the distance that I'm at, I can see that this is the remains of the Nottoway Plantation fires. So I know y'all said y'all can see through the flames, but we saw the spirits, the ancestors. I just want to know, can you see this? Can you see the last of the structure of this cursed plantation? Can you see it? I just want to know, can you see that? So if you can see it, let me know. If you still can't see it, please let me know, because I really want to make sure that everyone can see this, okay? Because I don't want any more excuses that I'm making things up. So can you let me know if you can see this? Can you let me know if this image is coming out?
I took a trip to New Orleans, and let me tell you this. When I took that trip, my spirit didn't feel right. It's a wonderful town. I enjoyed myself, but my spirit didn't feel right. I don't have bad things to say about Louisiana, but what I will say is my spirit felt that something is there. And this right here proves exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all better learn how to leave well enough alone, or you're going to find yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. I'm out.
That this fire wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. One tweet said, "Somewhere Harriet just gave a slow nod." But others see the loss as tragic, a part of American history now gone, a structure that could have been used to educate, not just entertain.
As we know, we just experienced a great loss here in Louisiana. One of our grandest and most well-known plantation experienced a fire and burned down completely.
Yes, Nottoway Plantation.
Are you familiar with Nottoway Plantation?
Oh, yes. I was like, oh my God, like, this is like real. Like, it's really going to be gone. I was just so heartbroken. I was actually in tears.
We spent weekends there with our kids.
So you guys have actually stayed on that, on the ground.
We stayed in the house.
So some people are actually rejoicing that this plantation is burned down, and they're glad it's gone. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because they don't actually know the true history of the place. And I just think that if they would know the true history of the place and just read details and just actually get to know it instead of believing what they think. It's like, I don't think they really learned, the history.
Well, what is the history of the place?
The history of the place is, I think, their ancestors, they should be more appreciative of what the ancestors have done for this place. Because without the ancestors have done in this place, it's still here. I mean, that's amazing that it's still here after all these years of 160 something years of being there this long. And, I think they should take pride in the work that they've done to it to keep it this long. I mean, it really breaks my heart that they feel that way about it. And, I think their ancestors would really be upset with them right now.
But educate how? The truth was rarely told. Instead of a museum of truth, Nottoway became a stage for Southern nostalgia. So what exactly are we mourning? The mansion or the illusion? Should places like this be protected or reimagined or let go, brick by brick, flame by flame? So you tell me, do you think this was just a fire or coincidence or something deeper? Was this justice through fire? Should places like this be burned, buried, or preserved? And what happens when history refuses to be forgotten? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share with someone who needs to see it, and don't forget to subscribe for more cultural commentary from the Golden Diva.